So today, I'm taking you on a tour of the best amp I've ever owned. Everyone has different things to say. It's a 3-channel Mesa Boogie dual rectifier. It does not have the multi-watt switches on it. However, it does just fine. A lot of people bitch about the way it sounds. Some things you should definitely note is the... Whoa, I suck at cameras. The effects send needs to be on max. The effects return really doesn't matter where it is. If everything's set up for the switch, I have 6 L6s at the moment. I am on silicone diode and on the bold power setting. Now the vacuum tube diode is great if you're running like a 4 volume or like a 9 o'clock, but I don't really play any venues big enough to do that. The silicone diode just adds a punch to it. I have some of the Mesa tubes. I also have some Electro Voice tubes. Electro Harmonics, rather. It's a different spectrum, and I put them on my number 2 channel. And as you can see, there is a channel 1, a channel 2, a channel 3, a foot switch, and the effects loop. Your effects loop has to be on to use the foot switch or the solo volume, which is controlled by that knob there. See here, I don't use the solo much unless I need a little more volume on a channel. I actually use channel 3 as my rhythm channel, and channel 2 as my lead channel. The reason being is the presence knob on channel 3 is very dramatic as opposed to channel 2, so it's easier to get a scoop to mid sound. And as you can see from my channel 2, when I play lead, my mid is all the way up. I like how it cuts through the mix. I'm still kind of messing to get myself a little bassy sound out of it. My clean channel is kind of pointless. It's okay if you used it for pushed and you want like a, I don't know, like a 70s kind of chunky thing, but the clean channel just, it overdrives too quick. You need too much gain on the clean to really make it an effective channel. Another thing I recommend is through the front of the amp, just run a tube screamer. I have a basic tube screamer. It does the job more than just fine. What it'll do is it'll tighten up your bottom end and give you more of a chunk. I have a shitty Epi custom picked up for pretty cheap, but I do have a DiMarzio Super Distortion pickup. It sounds pretty good. Either way, I guess I'll just let you hear what it sounds like, because it's beautiful. This is my channel 3. This is on low volume. Keep on. It's really good scooped. The presence knob makes a huge difference. But I like to keep it down. Any mids that I get, I would get from like a 10-band EQ. I just like how crunchy it is. Now with the tube screamer on, it's much chunkier. What I was talking about with the clean channel is this is on a clean setting. and it's still just so fucking crunchy. But if you go to the pushed, you can push the gain up more on it. I would recommend getting another amp for clean if clean's going to be important to you. And then, so back to channel 3. Again, this is my channel 2. And I wouldn't play a verse like this, but for lead tone, it's got a lot of high mids. So. It just cuts through the mix really well. I've always been a fan of it. You could also use it for 70s stuff, things like that. I'd like to point out that the cab that I'm playing through is actually a Marshall 1960A. It's got the actual V30s loaded, not the weird Chinese one. But I dig it. I dig the amp a lot. I dig the cabinet a lot. I think it makes a good combo. For all the naysayers out there that say it's overrated, I paid right at $1,200 for the head used, and I really jewed down a guy on the cab. Ended up getting it for I think $320. He really helped me out. It was a guy I knew. But I'd say if you're looking, expect to pay around $5 for the cab. Also, use good cables. People don't realize how important a good cable is. Use a good clean power source. And like I said, if you want clean, I would consider looking at a second amp running a ABY switch for clean. Other than that, though, this is the Mesa Boogie dual rectifier.